Hello everyone and welcome to another Random Robot Does Something Random. Today we're building a copper condenser using standard copper fittings. So some of the tools you're going to need is a pipe cutter, a torch head and for a propane tank here, a sparker, paintbrush for applying flux. This is for the non-tinning flux, and this is the flux I'm using right now. And some non-lead solder. You'll also need some kind of abrasive materials and maybe some 120 grit sandpaper that I'm using here. A rotary tool of some kind, or you could with a grinding stone bit, or you could also use maybe a half round file or a round file. So here's some of the material we're going to need. We're going to need some 1/2 inch copper pipe, some 3/4 inch copper pipe, some 1 inch copper pipe. Need 2 T's, 1 by 1 by 3/4 inch. We need 2 reducers, 1 inch to 1/2 inch. And these are the type that slide into which fit much better. We need 2 3/4 inch threaded males. I'm using right now 1/2 inch female and 1/2 inch male for what I want to use it for. So what we need to do now is these reducers have a small ridge inside them that's going to prevent the copper pipe from being able to slide all the way through. So what we need to do is take the rotary tool and we're going to grind out that ridge so that the 1/2 inch pipe will pass all the way through. So now that I've completed the grinding, I'm just going to double check, make sure she slides over the 1/2-inch copper pipe. And she does. And we have to do that with both of the reducers. Now we need to clean up all of the copper fittings and pipe. If you don't do this step, your solder will not penetrate properly and will not stick properly. So you have to make sure the outside edges and the inside edges of whatever the contact surfaces are will be clean. And I'm using some forms of sandpaper here, plus some of my other little tools to help clean everything up. Currently, right now, I measured out the length of the 1-inch pipe. I'm just going to show you how to use a pipe cutter quickly. You just simply mark your length, tighten it up slightly, start rotating it, and ever so slightly tighten as you turn until it finally gets cut off. Now that I have all my parts cleaned, I'm just going to do a quick dry fit for them and make sure everything fits together. Now the one I'm making is quite short. I'm using it for a very specific purpose for something small. If you were to use it for distillation purposes, you should look for a piece of copper pipe at least 2 feet long to make this much longer, but that's not what I'm using it for. So I'm just making a short one. Mine's only about 16 inches. Once everything is all cleaned up, we're going to apply the flux with the little cheap paintbrush I have here. Now the secret is don't apply too much flux. Both surfaces, the inside surface and the outside surface of things, for example this piece of pipe here, when that comes over I need to apply it to both the inside and outside surfaces. And I'm using the non-tinning type of flux. So now I have everything assembled and fluxed and cleaned. So now I'm going to apply some heat. And I'm not the best solderer in the world for pipe. I'm much better at electrical. But the secret is to apply most of the heat to the thickest parts first and have it hotter than the other pipe so it'll actually draw the solder into the joint. Now after all my solder joints are complete, I'm just going to use some stainless steel wool and we're just going to clean up all the surfaces. If you want a real good shine, you're going to have to maybe use some Scotch-Brite on it later, but this is usually what I do before I do my washing process. Later on, I'll have to soak this in vinegar solution overnight, and I'll have to actually thoroughly clean the half-inch pipe, because that's where the liquid flows that you're going to keep. So you must clean that. So I got a long piece of wire that I use to pull paper towel through, and I soak it overnight in vinegar solution, and then I give it a good wash, and she's ready to go. Here I have it set up with just a garden hose. I'm just checking for any leaks. It all looks good. I'd like to thank you for taking your time and watching the Random Robot. I'd like to see you again soon. Please like and subscribe.